Hi, I'm Kimberly DePersia. I'm the artistic director of All the Line Studio and Incubator. On July 23rd, we have our Next Step Screenplay Series short scene night. It's 12 different scenes from 12 different screenplays, so you really get a mix of different writers and genres. It's going to be an absolute blast. And this is part of our writers interview series that we have going on. And today we have Arlene Lagos, who is joining us. She wrote The Key, which will be one of the scenes. So welcome, Arlene. Thank you for joining us. Uh, now, so tell us a
Hi,
little bit
thank you
about
for
the
having me.
overall premise of the screenplay. Mhm.
Well, the key is something I wanted to try as a writer, your most basic type of romance. And I thought of Hallmark and I thought, okay, I want to write something in that Hallmark genre. I even actually used the Hallmark meme generator to pick out the male name because I thought it was funny. I love that they have that. I love the camaraderie. So that's kind of what inspired it is being able to do a classic romance, but with my own sort of twist to it.
Very cool. And so kind of set the scene. Like what so what where does this take place? Like who are these characters? Kind of what's the overall synopsis of the screenplay?
So it's really very much boy meets girl, boy runs into girl, and she's from a very different background than he is. Your classic Hallmark fish out of water. Will she stay? It's not her type of town type of thing. So I kind of followed that storyline. But what I loved about it is really digging into why the characters feel that way, why their emotions bring them to that point where they feel resistant to certain um, living situations or people. Like, is it just that they don't like it, or is it a fear of romance? Is it a fear of those things? And
Mhm.
I also wanted to sort of turn that love story on its head as far as they meet, they get married, they live happily ever after, without giving away too much of the story. I wanted it to be just a little more modern. The idea of it being less about, saving and more about supporting. And the idea that a relationship is equality. And it's about, when you see someone that you care about and you want to support them and give them everything you can to show them how you care, that's what you do. You support them to be successful and then they support you back to be successful. It's not a rescue. And so I wanted to show that, but also still have that, those tender moments, those Hallmark moments of, oh, will they, won't they? And so I think I pulled it off. We'll see.
Yeah, I definitely. I think you have. I love the idea of it being like this isn't a rescue. This is more of like real life of like that we have these supportive relationships and this is that like seeing that type of outcome. I really like that. So yeah, so tell us about so this scene is lifted from the overall, story. So what should our audience like what should they know before seeing this scene between our two leads?
So Rose is she's that, single mom, go, 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 always has to have something going on. She's very busy. She doesn't really depend on anybody because she really can't, never has really been able to, or has just always had things that she's needed to do and just has kind of gone and gone and gone her own. And Cole is very much, he's a little bit slower as far as he kind of takes things in and absorbs life and doesn't let it rush past him and really likes to get to know the people around him. And so the dynamic is so very different between the two of them. And to see them, it's so very, they're so very different. But this particular scene is where we not only see what they have, the kind of magic they have together, but we also see them a little bit deeper at this. We see him show a little bit of his kindness. I mean, he's in a situation where they're kind of trapped. And, when women are always choosing the bear. That's, what is her first instinct? What is his first instinct? And the fact that he very much puts her at ease in the situation and doesn't take advantage of it in a bad way is what shows kind of his, because her first thing is like, oh, what is this? And so he's relaxed, she's relaxed, and we start seeing more of who they are as people outside of the hustle and bustle and the I don't care kind of personas that they put out into the universe. It's
I
a
love
great
that.
scene. It's a
Mhm.
pivotal scene, and I think it really moves the story forward.
Yeah, it's a wonderful scene. I really like it. And it the audience I think will enjoy it. We have such a variety of different scenes. We have drama, we have sci-fi and everything. It's fun to have like a classic kind of rom-com style in the mix of it. It makes it just really fun. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us for this. And for those of you tuning in again. Thursday, July 23rd at Aloma Cinema Grill. 7 o'clock is the show. Doors open at 6:30. And tickets are pay what you can. So starting at $5. So you pay whatever you want. We'd love to have you there. And yeah, thanks again so much, Arlene, for joining us. And thanks again.
Thank you for having me.